Vanakkam Vasantara Sundaram. Well, I would like to share with you all something to all my 58,972 fans worldwide. I hope you're fine. Well, something happened to me yesterday, which I wasn't angry, but I was very disappointed with this such behavior. As in, I used to work for Malaysian Airlines at one time of my life, and I still keep in touch with my fellow ex-colleagues via WhatsApp and Facebook, and there's this messenger group, excuse me, which is, I'm not very active, we are not really that active, but there's ample people in this messenger group. And day before yesterday, I put in a TikTok video, singing video of mine, a very decent video, and said good morning to all. Immediately, one of those members who was in that group, his name is Baskaran Sriram, who was an ex-colleague of mine, flight attendant with Malaysian Airlines. He put a very degrading comment saying number 9 and the word machan. Number 9, machan. Ombodu, machan. So I felt very offended in the sense like we've been colleagues, and he's much my senior age-wise and seniority-wise in Malaysian Airlines cabin crew, and I was very, very upset about it, and a lot of them in the group was very upset about it, because from the word Ombodu is a very degrading word for fellow transgenders in Thirunangai, and everyone knows about it, because today public awareness, that's what they say in Tamil, Velutpunarachi, is so well aware, and we very well have mentioned to today's society that do addresses as fellow transgenders or Thirunangais, a respectable manner to be called. Just like how Malaysian Indians don't like to be called as Keling, they find it degrading. They would like to be addressed as Indians. Just like us transgender community worldwide, we have a dignified manner to be addressed, and we expect people to follow that. And I was very disappointed. So I thought before I could make an issue about it, that I would ask him and call him and ask him for his kind explanation. I did put in that group for his explanation of why do you use such degrading word towards me. And I managed to get his WhatsApp number. I called him, and the recording evidence is here for you all to view. He was very, very rude, degrading, and even one point he told me of calling me chi, and then he even did this sign of tu, spitting at a person, which is so degrading. And I kept my decorum. I maintained myself by not getting upset and angry. I was trying to make him realize, and he owes me a apology. Basically, he put it in that particular messenger group, so he has to come there and apologize. I think that it's fair. To err is human. To apologize is godliness. I've always believed so, and I'm always the first one to apologize if I feel I've offended anyone. And he was degrading me on and on as being a fellow transgender woman, which is, I'm not going to put up with it, because once upon a time when these words were used to me and my community of transgenders, Thirunangais, we used to hide in the corner and cry, and some of them even attempted suicide and did suicide and lose their life due to that. But today I am not going to put up with this nonsense. Why? Because that we don't demand anything. All what we are asking is just that acknowledgement, as we are also respectable members of this community, society in this world, and not degraders in such manner. And him being an adult, having kids who's literally gone above the shoulders, should show a set of example of respecting everyone. Would he call a handicapped person a blind, dumb, deaf person who's mentally handicapped with such degrading words? No, because he finds us an easy target. So when I politely asked him, and he was very degrading and he was very arrogant and rude, so I find the reason why I should continue this conversation, and in a very respectable manner I did end this conversation. Hence the reason I'm bringing out this topic here today. Why? Because those who stay in glass houses do not provoke others to throw stones. Because if you provoke, it's your glass house which will come crumbling down. Which is coming to the fact, those who live in glass houses do not provoke others in throwing stones. Hence the reason your home made out of glass will come crumbling down. Now this is a fact, it's not fiction. I've worked with this fellow gentleman during my Malaysian Airlines days, and he is living a double life. He claims to be a straight man who's married man, but deep down inside he's nothing but he's a homosexual man. And I've seen him frequenting gay clubs in Europe, which me and the other fellow flight cabin crew have noted him, and we were shocked with his behavior. He feels by doing things abroad, no one will know him, his sexuality back home in Malaysia, and living this dual life. And he has also approached me during night stops, and in those improper manner in my room, and which I completely rejected those offer, because I feel it wasn't proper at all, that we are work colleagues and we have a decorum and we've got a well manner that we follow accordingly in our work ethics. Could be due to that he could have triggered me or tried to wind me up, but this is just not right and this is not proper. Hence a man who wants to hide his sexuality being a homosexual forcefully gets married to a woman and fathers a child and living this dual life. We call them basically, Baskaran Sriram is a category that we call them living in the closet and trying to provoke others. And this is what happened. Today his image has come tumbling down. I'm being very firm about it because once upon a time I would not react, but today I've got all the reasons to react. Why must I put up with this? When, this would be a lesson thought and learn, and I've given him the benefit of the doubt to explain his action, and as you can see in this recording. So Baskaran Sriram, I'm firmly telling you this. If you feel that it's your right to criticize a fellow transgender by calling them the word Ombodu, a fellow Thirunangai, and you are living a dual life. You are a gay man, and just for society, you get married to your wife, produce 2 children to show the world that you're heterosexual, that you're straight. I know the story, and I'm being very open about it and blatant about it. And furthermore, if you were to go and check on his Facebook, he speaks about spirituality and all that stuff and everything. And even there's one quote about Ardhanariswarar. And in that quote, it's mentioned Ardhanariswarar is half Shiva, half Shakti. And these are the ones, as mentioned in Purana, are a reincarnation of us, me being born a hermaphrodite. And those transgenders has gone through castration. So they are half men, they are half women. Hence the reason why they come and seek our blessings for childbirth, for prosperity, for a peaceful, harmonious life. And they come and approach us. And I've mentioned in my interview as well, 1 minute in my Coffee with Vas programs, 1 minute they call us Ardhanariswaran, a sacred birth. Birth with complete purity, who has got the boon from gods to grant their blessings and wishes. And the minute we turn another side, they call us in such degrading word. A correct example is Baskaran Sriram. I'm afraid it has come to this level, Baskaran, because I'm not going to put up with this nonsense at all. And I feel that, you see, in society today, we are doing very well, the transgender community. Let it be in any field, in professions, in walk of life, we have all achieved ourselves. We have given back to community and society, and we are still flourishing in our field, as you know about my own background. But for you to come and degrade me in such manner shows your clarity and class in upbringing. It all reflects on your upbringing. But today, unfortunately, your wife and family knows about your true identity and true secret, so you don't blame me for it, because I shoulder no harm. And you pretend to have the spirituality life and everything, and you've got no respect for other fellow human beings. May be blind or deaf, you will not criticize them, but you find us transgenders an easy target. You should be ashamed of yourself, and I just wouldn't know what to say. I've said my pass. Thank you very much. Vanakkam.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
Yeah, Baskaran. Hi, it's Baskaran Sriram from London, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Baskaran Sriram, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Baskaran, I would like to ask you something. why did you put such a remark there on the Malaysian Airlines Messenger group as
Okay.
Matna?
Have you ever heard me? Have you ever seen putting any remarks there?
Yeah, it was from you. It's clearly from you, Baskaran.
It is from me. It is from me.
Yeah.
அப்ப நீ எங்க இருக்க இப்போ லண்டன்லயா?
I'm based in London.
லண்டன்ல. Okay, when you coming?
I would come back whenever I come back, right? But the question is that why do you make such a remark at me in a degrading
It just
manner?
accidentally came out, just like that. Accidentally came out. So that's
How
how it's a
can
problem now.
one person? How can one person accidentally make a remark saying more than cha? What accident is that?
Yeah. So what is it now? What is it now?
Well, the only thing.
So what is it now?
The apology. For making such remarks like that. You think so? You owe me an apology? Do you think it's right to make a remark at a Thirunangai calling the...
So how do I know whether you are around or what?
It was obviously, I was in the group, you are in the group. I put
Hey, have you ever seen me posting anything in that group? Have you ever seen me posting anything?
No, the point is that you made a remark about me. Ombodhu Mani.
What do you mean? You? Is it you? Is it you?
Obviously, immediately after I put the video, you put a remark Ombodhu Machan.
Hey, that was from Sivan,
in the group. Abke baare?
Sivan posted that one.
No. You posted it. I clearly checked. It was you.
Hey, look here. I'm the one who wrote the Umbu Macha. நான் எவனுக்கும் பயப்படணும்னு அவசியம் இல்ல. புரியுதா?
யாருக்கும் பயப்படணும்னு நான் சொல்லவே
எங்க இருக்க நீ?
பேசுறேன் தானே உங்களோட. ஏன் இந்த மாதிரி குரலை ஏத்திட்டு கொச்சமா பேசுறீங்க?
இங்க பாரு.
சொல்லுங்க.
இங்க பாரு. அது தப்பா நான் எழுதிட்டேன். அதுக்கு கால் பண்ணி இதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு கிடக்காத.
தப்பாமா
இப்ப நீ இங்க இருந்து நான் வேற மாதிரி நடத்துறோம்.
நான் உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப மரியாதை கொடுத்து தானே பேசிட்டு இருக்கிறேன்.
இங்க பாரு. அதான் நான் சொல்றேன். நான் தப்பா சொல்லிட்டேன். அதுக்கு மன்னிப்பு. சாரி. நான் எனக்கு தெரியாது. அது நீ
அந்த குரூப்ல நீங்க கேட்கணும். ஆமாவா இல்லையா? அந்த
குரூப்ல தான் நான் வெளியாயிட்டேன். எனக்கு தேவையில்லாத வேலை இதெல்லாம்
செய்யறதெல்லாம் செஞ்சுட்டு மன்னிப்பு கேட்கணும்னு சொன்னோன்னே அந்த குரூப்ல 4 பேர் முன்னாடி தானே அந்த வார்த்தையை என்ன யூஸ் பண்ணீங்க. சோ 4 பேர் முன்னாடி தானே அந்த வார்த்தை கொச்சமா நான் ஒரு திருநங்க என்ன
இப்ப அதுல என்ன கொச்சம்? இப்ப 9 கூப்பிடாம 10 கூடுவாங்க.
அப்ப எங்களுக்குன்னு ஒரு பேர் இருக்கே, திருநங்கை டிரான்ஸ்ஜெண்டர்.
என்ன சொல்ற?
மரியாதை தானே பேசிட்டு இருக்கேன்.
இப்ப என்ன சொல்ற
நீங்க பொது மன்னிப்பு கேட்டே தான் ஆகணும்.
பொது மன்னிப்புலாம் ஒண்ணு முடியாது. முன் அசூவ் பண்ணிக்க. அந்த குரூப்ல
நான் மிக பணிவோடு தான் உங்களோட கேட்கிறேன். ஒரு மனுஷன். ஆனா நீங்க
பேர் என்ன சொன்ன?
அடுத்த நிமிஷம் முழுதும் நீ
இங்க பாரு
சொல்றீங்க.
இங்க பாரு. அந்த தெரியாம நடந்துருச்சு. அந்த குரூப்லயும் இல்ல. நான் அந்த குரூப்ல ஒரு நாள் கூட பேசுனதும் இல்ல, ஒண்ணுமே செஞ்சது இல்ல.
போட்டது தப்புன்னு ஏத்துக்கிறீங்களா?
சரி ஒன்னு அப்படி சொல்லணும்னு எனக்கு அவசியம் இல்ல. சாரில
ஒன்னே இல்ல உங்களே
அப்படியே
உங்களா மரியாதை வார்த்தையில.
ஐயா நீ உனக்கு என்ன என் வயசா? இல்ல
அது வயசு வித்தியாசம் இல்லையே. மரியாதைங்கிற பொது சமுதாயத்துல பொதுவா கொடுக்குற ஒரு விஷயம். ஆமா இல்லையா?
இப்ப சரி தப்பாவா போட்டாச்சுலா
போட்டீங்க.
வேலை இருக்கு.
மன்னிப்பு கேட்க வேண்டியதானே? அதே குரூப்ல தானே போட்டீங்க. அதே குரூப்ல மன்னிப்பு கேட்க வேண்டியதானே?
One for him, 2 for me. Yeah? You see? பாரு, அந்த குரூப்ல நாங்க இல்ல.
இங்க பாருங்க.
வெளியாயிட்டேன்னு சொல்றேன்ல. அந்த நிமிஷமே வெளியாயிட்டேன்.
அந்த நிமிஷம் போட்டீங்க. அந்த குரூப்ல மன்னிப்பு கேட்கறது தானே முறை மரியாதை.
இல்ல இங்க பாரு. உன்கிட்ட பேசி எங்க இருக்க?
உங்ககிட்ட பேசிக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறேன்னு அவசியம் இல்ல. உங்ககிட்ட பேசணும்னு அவசியம் இல்ல. மரியாதை கொடுத்து பேசுங்க.
இங்க பாரு. என்ன சொல்ற?
இங்க பாருங்க. சொல்லுங்க, நான் கேட்கிறேன். ஹலோ, கேக்குதா? சொல்லுங்க. நீங்க நிச்சயமா பொது மன்னிப்பு கேட்கணும். ஒரு திருநங்கையை பார்த்து 9ன்னு கூப்பிட்டா அது எங்களால ஏத்துக்க முடியாது. அது அதுக்கு நீங்க நிச்சயமா பொது மன்னிப்பு கேட்டுதான் ஆகணும்.
அதெல்லாம் இப்ப ஒண்ணு நான் சொல்றேன்,
ஒருத்தவங்களை பத்தி கொச்சமா பேசினா பொகெட்னு சொன்னா நீங்க ஏத்துக்குவீங்களா?
இப்ப இங்க பாரு அதுல ஒரே வார்த்தை அந்த இது தப்பா எழுதியாச்சு. அதனால ஒன்னு ஹர்ட் பண்ணிருந்தா சாரி.
இல்ல நீங்க நிச்சயமா பொது மன்னிப்பு கேட்டுதான் ஆகணும்.
இப்ப செய்யலன்னா
இப்ப செய்யாட்டி நீங்க சொன்னீங்க சூ எல்லாம் சொல்றீங்க.